What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see from my thumbnail, as you can see from my IG stories and posts, I have a lot of explaining to do. This is strictly about jaw surgery, what happens during jaw surgery, and what I feel that you should do after jaw surgery, and what you're going to be going through after jaw surgery. So before you get into this video, please subscribe, like, and comment. So if you're watching this video, more than likely you're nosy or interested, or you're thinking about getting the surgery, or you're about to get the surgery, and you're about to get the surgery during the pandemic, COVID. So here are some tips. Here are my thoughts, and this is my experience. Hopefully it helps you. This is the main reason I did this channel, because rather it meets 1 or a million people, I want to help somebody who's going to be going through this, to try to just like let you know it's going to be okay. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be okay, and you're going to get through it. But one thing I wanted to say before I start this video, I don't know there might be some people who's like really interested in the surgery, because I know anyone who has an underbite, I know the insecurities and stuff that we go through. So there's a chance you're probably like just looking up about how to fix that. So I wanted to tell you, anyone, I don't know what people backgrounds are who's watching this, but I do know in Chicago, if you're on like on a fixed income, or you know, if you have possibly Medicaid or Medicare, I do know in Chicago they will cover, certain hospitals will cover, and Medicare and Medicaid will cover you getting the surgery. This is not a cosmetic surgery, it's a medical procedure. So look into that. If you're thinking about that, I'm pretty sure from what I've heard that those entities will cover your surgery. Because you're probably going through some having breathing problems, joint problems, all types of things. So yeah, I just want to point that out before I get into everything, so I won't forget that. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right. I got my surgery in August. I had to wait almost 2 years from when I got my braces all the way up to then. And that's because COVID delayed a lot of stuff too, which was terrible, but everything happens for a reason. I got my surgery. I got there really early. I was there by myself. Typically, when you're going to get the surgery, you're typically with someone, a family, a friend, or someone. But because of that, the COVID, they couldn't come, and so I had to stay overnight. My surgery took 8 hours, because also, as from the title, I had something called Schwannoma. Schwannoma is a version of neuroma, and neuroma is a nerve tumor. I've had that for 10 years. I don't have the actual picture of mine, but disclaimer, if you're queasy, don't skip these first few seconds, because I'm going to post a picture of how it looks similar to mine. Okay. So it's benign. Typically those are benign, and typically just come from nowhere. You only find out that you have it really if you go into the doctor for something else. You take an x-ray, and then they say there's something, it's a black spot there. And yeah, so that within itself, my surgery was a little bit different, because not only were they correcting my bite, but they also was removing this tumor, which was one of the reasons why my surgery took so long. And one of the reasons why on this side, this is where the tumor was, because usually with people who get the surgery, we all have the same type of plates, you know, here, and here, and I think here. But the plate right here is bigger. So yeah, there's that. I got out of surgery. The first thing I remember that I was like really hot because I think from all the anesthesia, and I was like out of it. Like I kept going in and out of course. Like this was my first major surgery, so I didn't expect any of that. So I eventually, it took me to my room. I was tired, but I was just so like, I don't know. Time was just like non-existent because I kept thinking it was like later than it was. And every time I go to sleep, I thought I was sleeping longer than I did. And it was just like, I don't know what the hell I was feeling, but I really felt more comfortable in the hospital than I did when I went home. I went to my mom's house because I live in LA, but I had to go to Chicago for the surgery because at the time I was there in Chicago, and yeah, whatever. But yeah, so eventually I went home, and oh, this is another thing. I don't know if anyone else had to go through this when they got to surgery, but I know I had to drink like 25 of these, like the syringe that you're gonna use for those 6 weeks or first few weeks when you're on the liquid diet. I had to drink like 25 syringes of like apple juice. I'm assuming because my body needs some nourishment. And my doctor was like, "You're not leaving until you drink 25 of these." I was like, "Okay, guy, like I just got out of surgery. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I will do this. I will just try to force myself to stay awake to drink 25 of these apple juices." Whatever. I did that. And then they wired my mouth after. I don't know why they did it that way, but they wired my mouth after. And I'm going to post a picture how it was after surgery, right after surgery. So that was uncomfortable, but I would tell you this, guys, the pain is I don't remember feeling any pain. I don't know what no one else did, but I know I didn't really feel a lot of pain. So, yeah, maybe it's because of all the medicines I was on, or I didn't really feel anything. You got to really think about it too. Your nerves, you're numb, everything is all like healing. So you're not going to feel that much pain, but whatever. So eventually the next day I went home. I know once I got into my mom's crib and I got on that in that couch, I was like, I wanted to go lay down. That didn't happen. So if you watched my previous videos, I'm not one of those people who's gonna like recommend you get all these meal preps and all these bottles and things so you can eat, or all these. I want you to invest more into your mental hunger. With the drooling, that's one. With the hunger, hunger's one. And then the drooling is two. And then you're uncomfortable, that's three. And then with the uncomfortableness, you can't sleep, so that's four, your lack of sleeping. With all those things taking part, you're gonna be going insane. You can't eat. And then when you do eat, you have to make sure that syringe is far enough in your mouth that you're not drooling, because you're not even realizing you're drooling because you can't feel anything. And then that's embarrassing. Then when you do try to like get comfortable, you're uncomfortable. And then when you try to sleep, you're uncomfortable, so you can't sleep. So in the last videos, my previous videos, when I was telling you what to do to prep, I was saying get something mindless. When I say get something mindless, is because you're so focused on all these things in hunger, and then when you try to eat, you really can't, because it's like you're barely even fitting that syringe, that liquid, whatever you're drinking, is barely getting through. Like it's a chore. When I say get something mindless, it's because you're thinking so much about that you just want a distraction. And sometimes a little distraction is the only thing you need to just keep you afloat. Because a lot of you are going to be getting this surgery, and like, lucky me, I was blessed. I had my mom, and then I also had my cousin, who's like a second mom to me. that really supported and helped me get through this. But some of you may not have people, especially if you're going to get this surgery during COVID. Like, you probably don't have your family. You probably can't be around your family. So, you know, you're going through that, and then you're also going through this major surgery you just had. So it's important that you have a little escapism. You know, we're all going through something with this COVID stuff. So I'd rather you feed your brain. Like, still try to get as much nourishment as you can. It's very important. I just don't want you to spend all your money on things that you're really not going to be using. Like, you know, you're going to go through this. It's just, you're not going to get all of your nourishments like you normally would. Like, everything is just going to be what it is, and you just have to go through the course. But get your mental right. And when your mental is okay, you'll get through the first 6 weeks, or that first week definitely, but the rest of the weeks as well. You'll get through that as smooth as possible. And I didn't hear a lot of people talk about this enough, because maybe it was just me. Maybe I just was like, I don't know. But I just know that first week, and definitely, but the rest were just, it was a tough time. And, you know, like I said, you're doing during COVID, so who knows? But also, you know, my doctor, another thing, and when I say you're just going to have to go through the court, you know, the natural progression. Like, my doctor didn't even give me the head wrap, the ice wrap. And I didn't understand at the time, but now I get it. That's only keep the swelling down for so much. You know, he told me just sleep up. You know, you gotta sleep up. You can't lay down, you gotta sleep up for like that first week. But regardless, you're still gonna be swollen. You're still gonna be big and swollen. That's just gonna have to go. You're just gonna go through that course. I mean, you know, some people probably not be as swollen as other people. Some, you know, but everyone just go through the ugly swelling part. So, you know, yeah. But anyway, let me get back to the first. So, like, the first week, like I said, was the hardest. You don't really, as much as you want to eat, you don't really eat as much as you think you just don't. It's a chore. Your body is just exhausted. Your mouth is wired, so you barely get anything through. So after my first week was up, I was like, it was a big relief, because like my doctor finally took off my wires. And I know some people it's longer, some people wear wires longer. You know, it depends on who your doctor is and what they do. I got my wires taken off, like I said, the first week, and then he was like, okay, you can eat soups. You know, just be careful. I still have my splint in. If people don't know what the splint is just like a cast for your mouth, and it prevents you from chewing. So that was helping. Like, that helped. Once I got those the wires off, I was able to just like, okay, it was a big relief. It still wasn't the same. The swelling is still swollen. They do recommend that you walk. So if you can walk, you can't walk too far, but like, just take a walk around the block for a few times, and like, you know, it does help with the swelling, but you're still gonna go through that. Like, for me, I'm in my 4th month, I'm still swollen. Like, my face is constantly changing, and you know, so yeah. What else? Oh, I would recommend this. I would, like I said, the 4 things that you're gonna go through. The drooling. Get a bib. So you do invest in something, get a bib. I didn't know that drooling was going to be as bad, because not only you're drooling spit, you're drooling blood. So get a bib. And so yeah, I would recommend investing in that. But yeah, make sure your mental is right. Like, if it's a reality show, if it's a video game, if it's a movie, something that's just not going to have you just stressed out and thinking too much, you know. So yeah, what else? Like, I'm trying to think. Oh, so, you know, when you're after the surgery, you're certain places you're gonna feel, and certain other places you're not. Like, right now, for the most part, all my feeling is kind of back. The only part that's like, it's right here, like the left side of my face, in this area. And there's a lip, definitely my lip over here. Over here, like I can feel the tingle that everyone talks about. And the best way to describe that is like, just imagine your whatever part of your body being like a Brillo pad, but it's your actual skin, and you're rubbing over that, and yeah, that's how it feels. And it's very uncomfortable and just very sensitive, and it's, yeah. And then also, like I said, I can't really feel anything over here, but sometimes I get like this itch, and that's usually a good sign, because it's like telling me my nerves are coming back, and that's what I felt before. I can feel over here. I felt that itch. The itch is like this, like, you know, you want to scratch it, but it's not doing anything. So it's like inside your skin, and it's like an itch, and it's just like, but that's a good sign, because that means you're possibly getting your feeling back. See, I wanted to say that, like, this video might be all over the place because I'm trying to remember. Probably should have wrote some of this down, but I feel like that would have been unauthentic. So I just want to be as real as possible. Yeah, I'm trying to see, is there anything else which you're gonna probably go through? You know, like I said, I really just wanted to do these videos. I started this entire channel based off of documenting this. Like, I really wanted to document my progress, like me going through the actual first 6 weeks. I didn't do none of that. Like, that was out of it. My brain wasn't there. Like, I had planned on writing and doing all these things, and I just didn't do it. Like, I couldn't. I probably could if I would have pushed myself, but it was just, man. Yeah, I really wanted to just help someone, whether it was one person or a million people. I just wanted to help someone who, and tell them my story, because, yeah, my channel is called Aboutdre. I'm not a narcissist, and the world doesn't revolve around me, but I said Aboutdre because this was part of my story. And the other stuff I'm going to post about is part of who I am, part of the things I like to do, part of the things that I've been through. And sometimes when we talk about things and we speak it out, we'll come to realization of why we felt that way, or what we was going through at that time. And sometimes speaking things out can resonate with someone else. So my story is your story, whoever it may resonate with. So, yeah, like, that was my only intentions of ever doing any of this. So yeah, I just wanted to help somebody that was going through this, and just let you know the truth. Because, like, most of us who go through this surgery, we all go through the same thing. Like, we had this experience, but we also have differences. Like, some people had to go through things that I didn't go through with my surgery, or, you know, they experience something totally different, and that's okay. But we all have something in common, and you know, looking at those other videos and other people posting helped me, so why not? So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, like, also, guys, like I said, I know a lot of you, especially with COVID, who's going to be getting surgery, more than likely you're going to have to get this on your alone, and you probably can't be around a lot of people. So I'm here. You know, my email should be in the comment, or in the description. My IG, you can hit me on IG. If you need to talk or need advice or have any questions, I'm here. This probably might be my last, well, not my last video, but it's going to be the last for a while, because, like I said, I'm still going through it. I'm going to be going into my 4th month. So yeah, I'm still going through the process. So I want everything to, you know, go take its course. But I would like to do like a Q&A. So depending on how many people see this video, if you have any questions, send me some questions. I'll do a Q&A. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I'm forgetting. Because there's so much, but then there's just so much that like you probably already heard. So, so yeah, I appreciate you guys coming to my channel to listen to my story. Hopefully this helps you in your own journey. So yeah, until next time, guys. But before you leave, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you soon. Like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything, please hit me up. I'll get back to you. I do not mind the questions or anything. So I see you guys soon. Bye.